2024 is stacked with releases that I'm very excited to get my hands on. And this one is the one that I'm the most excited to get my hands on. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today I'm cracking open, finally, Old Forester 1924. Got my hands on this bad boy a few days ago, and I waited to open it for my birthday. I'm recording this right around midnight on February 15th. My birthday is in like the next few hours, so I figured may as well, before I hit the hay, go ahead and crack this open for a nice birthday pour to celebrate being 35. So what a great way to kick off my birthday, because I have been looking forward to this since I heard that this was getting announced, and I was in the area when it dropped in December in Charlotte. I was out visiting family for Christmas, and every store I went to, they were like, we just sold the last one about 10 minutes ago, and I was just like, oh, I'm never going to get this. And a local liquor store came through for me, so I'm not going to say who you are because I don't know if you like it when I do that, so I'm just going to not say anything. But thank you, you know who you are if you're watching this. I honestly have not seen a bourbon release be this divisive in quite some time. It is one that is just like, love it or hate it, and I am seeing so many mixed things about this. People I've talked to personally that I trust and like know their palates, and you know, even if I don't agree with them all the time, they can articulate why they do or do not like something, have said it's really, really solid. So I've read online that it's terrible. I've read online that it's too expensive. I get all that, but the Whiskey Row series in general isn't like budget whiskey, right? And yes, it's about half the price of this, because this was $115. I think it was like $130 after tax. I know it's not cheap. It's a 10-year age statement bourbon from Old Forester. So like, Old Forester doesn't make anything less than incredible whiskey in my opinion. And I've never had anything from them that I like really did not like. I've spent around the same amount of money for some of the single barrel proofs. Now granted, it's a single barrel and it's barrel proof. This is bottled at 100 proof, so I get all the criticism, but I'm going to go into this review with money not being an object while I'm reviewing it. Because if I'm thinking about it while I'm reviewing it, like, oh, this is a $115 bottle, it could be so much better for the price. It could be. I haven't had it yet, so it could be, but I'm just going to go into this as open as possible. I will say the hype is real. This is one I've been so looking forward to. So let's go ahead, get it in a Glen, see how we feel about it. I'm off work tomorrow, so I am gonna enjoy a decent pour on this. It's more than a Brad pour typically. Is what my friends all call it when they make fun of me because I pour such small amounts of bourbon when I'm doing tastings with friends and such. But what are you gonna do? I'm gonna let it sit here for a minute. Holy moly! Holy crap! That smells fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and give it a nosing and see how we feel. Oh my god, I love it. I already love it. I already love it. There is a super dark cherry note on this. And a banana-y note too. It smells so good, that barrel note, that you can smell the age. And a lot of the same way you can smell the age in like the Jack Daniel's 10-year, you get that like musty oak smell to it. I'm getting that on this too, but it's not as extreme as it is in the Jack Daniel's 10-year. Oh my god. I really like the nose on this. I really, really do. It's a little lighter on the nose than I was expecting it to be, but what is there is like absolutely heaven. They also used a very close mash bill to King of Kentucky. I believe in my research, I have done research on this for a long time, so I haven't done any research recently on it, but from what I remember, I think the mash bill was like a 1 to 2% difference in one of the secondary grains that it makes it different from the King of Kentucky. Could be wrong on that. That's just what I remember from memory, and I could be remembering it incorrectly. So if anyone knows, comment down below. I'm sure people will correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't mind that. If I'm wrong, I'd like to be corrected because I don't want to go around saying things that are incorrect. It's just like, that's perfect to me. It's like pipe tobacco too. I'm getting a little bit of that. The sweet smokiness to it. I really like the nose. This is a pretty different nose from anything else on the Whiskey Row series. And honestly, anything that I've had personally from Brown-Forman, I've never tried any King of Kentucky stuff, so I can't like, comment on that. It might be similar to that, but I've never had those. But there's a beautiful leather note too that I'm picking up now. I'm a big fan of the nose on this, but you guys probably don't hear me talk about smelling bourbon for a while. So let's go and get into this and give it a mouthing and see how we feel. Ah, man. My only complaint is that I wish this was about 115. I feel like there's a little bit of something that is missing, and I feel like it's the proof. Let me take another sip. I love the palate. I think it's super. Hang on. I actually really like this. I get like a mapley note almost. A maple and like some brown sugar and a lot of oak. Like, it's pretty oaky. And I'm actually wondering if that's what people don't like about it. It's not as sweet as some of the typical Old Forester stuff, so I get that. I still wish it was a little higher proof. It's had a bubblegum note. Yeah, man, I am really a fan of this. I keep getting a repetitive bubblegum note on this. It's like bubble tape and maple and oak. Now, here's the thing. I still wish it was a little higher proof. The very end of that finish, it kind of falls off for me. I do not feel like I got ripped off for $115. I think that is a very, very, very high quality whiskey. And I think it is a very good addition to the Whiskey Row series. However, I would like to see it bumped up a little bit in proof. Maybe give me 115, 110, like just a little bit more. It's like, for 100 proof, I will say this, it doesn't drink like 100 proof to me, which is kind of good, but it's also when you're paying a premium for a product, you kind of want a little bit of that. I'm drinking a high quality, high proof bourbon. I'm a big fan, dude. And the more it's sitting out, the more I'm liking it. I don't get what people don't like about it, and I'm very curious if you have tried this and you did not like in particular, what about it did you not like? And don't let what you didn't like about it be the price. What about the bourbon inside did you not like? Because I get it. Would I prefer this to be $60? Of course. Would I prefer this to be $75? Even 80? Like, would I? Of course, I'd prefer that. But this opens up a bigger discussion about pricing that I'd like to have on the podcast, because I think that's a very interesting topic that we should get into, but I don't think it should affect the review of what's in the bottle. And what's in the bottle, I'm a big fan of. Big time. This is going to go well with a cigar, and I'm going to go test that theory here in a minute, because I have got to try this with a cigar. I am a huge fan of this. I can't believe how much I like this. It's so funny when you're lifting it up, you still get those aromas, and it just smells like Brown-Forman Old Forester bourbon. It's heaven, man. There's a little more cherry on it than normal Brown-Forman to me, and cherry on the palate as well. And it's just, I'm a big fan. Like, I like it. Trust me, if I don't like something, I will say I don't like it. It's just, to me, it's really good. It works. I really like it. I think, based on how much I enjoy the palate, I cannot imagine this isn't in my conversation of bottles of the year. But at the same time, like, everything that I like about it, you might hate. And that's what's fun about whiskey, because if everything was all the same, there'd be no point in having different things. There would be whiskey, and that'd be it. I'm a big fan of this. I really like it, and I'm glad I like it, because the worst feeling is when you buy something and you hate it, and you have to, like Blue Run for me, I have to look at it every time I'm on my shelf. I'm like, that was a waste of money. This is not a waste of money. I will say, do not spend secondary pricing on this. I mean, there's an argument that it's not worth 125, 120, $115, whatever it was. And that's a valid argument, but I really like it. And I do not feel like I got ripped off by Old Forester for them charging 115 for this. I really enjoy it. I really like that, man. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think if you've had 1924. If you didn't like it, why? If you do, let me know why you like it as well. While you're down there, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next review. Until then, cheers.